So I just got the Ford Performance oil separator kit in. This is for my S650 Mustang, so it's just got the two brackets, some hardware to mount the brackets, the two separators, one passenger, one driver, although I think it's the driver's side. This side doesn't do much in all the hoses, so this should be a pretty easy install. I'm going to disconnect the battery just to be certain, because to put on these studs, you have to pop the grounds on the passenger side. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the battery just to make sure don't have any issues. Okay, now that we've got the battery negative unplugged, when you're taking the cover off here, there's three little hand unscrew fasteners. Make sure you don't fling one of them, because I've had to order some more. There's one of them lost somewhere down there. Anyway, let's see if I can get a good angle of it. See these two grounds, or maybe you can't right here, but one right here, and let's get my hand out of the way. There's another one right down there. We're going to take those two bolts out and then attach the factory studs, so then we can mount the bracket to the studs. And I'm going to guess those are 10mm. Got the 10mm out from the battery, so maybe not. That's pretty tiny. That's maybe something like 6mm. I'll confirm when I put them in. Okay, so we got to torque them down, but we got both the studs on. You can see where they sit, where the grounding straps are. It's 106 inch-pounds to torque those down. Those are 13mm on the studs. The original bolt was 8mm. So you need 8mm to take them off, 13mm deep socket to put them on, and it's 106 inch-pounds again, which is pretty light. But I do have an inch-pound wrench, so I'm gonna go ahead and torque them down and then get the bracket on there. Okay, so we got the bracket on. There's two lock fasteners. They're 88 inch-pounds. I'm gonna go ahead and torque those, but you may have to tweak this bracket just a little bit to get it to fit perfectly. I had to take some pliers with some paper and just bend them a little bit, this guy on the top, to get it close, and then give it a little pull and fit it on there. Before I torque it all down, I'm gonna grab the passenger side catch can just to make sure everything fits with no interference. But again, you torque those two nuts to 88 inch-pounds. Okay, so we've got the bracket all torqued down. I'm just going to use the video to see if I got it flat, which it looks like I did. Get the other guy. Nope, that's the first one. Get the other guy there, torqued down, 88 inch-pounds. So we're going to go ahead now and take off passenger side PCV, which runs to this side. See if I can get a good view of the clips. There's this little clip here that you just pull out to release the line and pop it off. I'm going to wipe this all down first just to get some of the dust out so we don't trap it in there. But so you're just going to pop off these sides and then grab the kit lines and put the passenger side catch kit on. Just for reference, it's easier to pull the center out first and then the actual valve cover side. Okay, so we got the passenger side PCV line out, and again, it's just, sorry for the flare, it's a little dark out, but it's just this little tab you pull and then pull it out. And on the kit side, we're going to want to use a little bit of motor oil to lube up those O-rings. Okay, so this should be kind of your general hose layout. You got the guy with a 90-degree going back to the center of the engine, the side going to this fitting of the can, or plastic can, 90-degree here, going to another 90-degree on the engine, the valve cover passenger side. I'm trying to see if I can catch. I don't know if these part numbers are unique for each one of these to help or not, but I mean, you can get it from the general layout. The instruction manual has it too, but you can kind of see the shape of these lines. And here's the remaining line for the driver's side. So they're obviously different. You can't really mess it up. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit of oil on those O-rings and click everything in. Okay, so we got all the lines clipped on. I lubed both the inside of these guys and the catch can. A little bit of a tight fit the first time, but I think everything will take a better set as time goes on. You can see it's a perfect fit when you look in here. I think I was looking at it with my eyes and not with the phone, but it's real good in here. Bracket set in nice. Like I said, you may need to play with the bracket a little bit to get it angled, aligned properly, but fit in there pretty good in the end. I'm gonna torque everything down, and I think I'm gonna see if I can get back in there with the torque wrench after I've kind of moved stuff around to see if I can recheck it. But we're gonna move on to the passenger side after this. Okay, correction, do not remove the stud bolt because it is a stud bolt. So leave it in and you put the bracket over the stud bolt and then put the lock nut on top, 88-inch mount. Okay, so we have the can test fit. May try to get it down a little bit lower, but it's pretty much set in there. So here is the guy we're taking off, this 90 and this straight. I think I'm gonna pull the 90 first, but wipe everything off. And then put the kit hoses for the can on, and I'm done. So I'm gonna take that driver's side from here to here off. All right. Got this hose on. Careful, this guy right here, it's pretty tight. It had to take a little bit of a bend to get it in. This guy fits good, but you can see we got everybody engaged. Click down, down. It's pretty well seated. Retorque this guy to 88-inch pounds when you're done putting it on, just in case. So I retorque this guy, just make sure everybody's down. And where the heck's the other one? Oh, there it is. Yep, it was right in front of me. So we're all good. That was pretty easy. You just got to put the cover back on, the dress cover and the battery cover, and put one of the new tabs in when I get it back. Because they're easy to lose, but it almost looks better without the dress up cover. But I'm still going to go ahead and put it on. I'll get a view of it with the cans and the cover back on and battery back on, and we're all done. Okay, we're all buttoned up. I'm gonna do a clearance check because when I close the hood, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be okay, but that guy does sit a little high. One thing to remember is you need to lift that PCV up and slide the engine dress-up cover under it. Make sure that's tight. Felt a little loose when I tapped it, but yeah, make sure you get this guy up and under. It won't fit if you don't do that. Yeah, I think everything else is good. Hook up your battery again. Should be good to go. So we're gonna close the hood. Hopefully it all clears. If it doesn't, I will be back. All right, we're closing it. You can see it up in there. Running out of room. Well, running out of room with my hand in the light. I think we're good. So we're gonna go ahead and let her down. Oops, that was my hand in the way. Go ahead and push the hood down. Let's see what we get. Well, I didn't hear anything. You know what I'm gonna do is probably gonna stick a piece of paper on there because it does have some resistance latching. So I'm just gonna stick a piece of paper with something sticky just to make sure it's not attaching itself. Okay, so we got a little tape on top of there to see if it sticks to the pad. We may have stickage, or at least static electricity, but let's see how well it's adhered. Oh no, that's adhered pretty good. So got a little bit of a gap in there. I may take the bracket off and bend it down just a little bit. So we'll give that a shot. So I think here's where I'm at with it. I don't want to bend it really. I don't want it to come into contact with that wire. A little bit of tension, that wire there popping off isn't that bad. There's no real indentation where it hits. We got quite a bit of sponge in the heat cover, and this is mounted to the chassis and not to the engine, so the catch can itself is not going to torque either one of them with the engine twist. So I think I'm going to just let that part of the hood push it down. It's not putting a tremendous amount of tension on anything, so I think we're going to go with that route for now. So that's it. I'm a little bummed about how tight that is. Got a feeling most people don't even notice because they just close the hood and go with it because it doesn't really cause an obstruction. I was able to close it just by pushing down on it, which I'm not a fan. I don't think this is an aluminum hood, so it should be okay, but I'm still not a fan of pushing down with the cloth. So, but just closed it, didn't slam it. Closed up fine. No craziness here, so I think it's good. I don't think it's a problem. So anyway, there we go. Catch cans installed from Ford Performance.